Johnnie, second only to Mansfield in terms of fewest defeats, least goals conceded as well in League Two. How's this been achieved in such a short space of time?
A lot of hard work on the training pitch, pre-season, a lot of drilling, a lot of shape work, loads of buy-in from the players, has to be said, and it's a real collective. Obviously you look at the goalkeeper and the defensive unit when you're talking about clean sheets and not conceding, but I think what we do really well as a team is defend from the front boys, set off our press, and it's all about having a good shape underneath the ball. We always say that the better we defend, we think that gives us a better platform to go and attack as well. So it really is the fundamentals of football for me, getting that defensive solidity right. But you've got to have the right players in the right positions, and you've got to work at it, and there's been a lot of hard work that's gone into it.
We've got that first home league win of the season out of the way, that's history now. How important is it that we build upon that this weekend?
We just want to keep building every week, whether we're home, whether we're away. I think the performance levels have been there the whole time, whether we lost one game, but in winning, losing, drawing, I think the performance levels have been really good generally. So we need to concentrate on that. Can we get the performance right? Can we get that consistency, keep doing what we're doing well, improve all the time? And I think the results come off the back of that. We've seen that. So it's really important. Yeah, we want to win the game. Of course, we go into every game doing that. But if we get that performance right and do the things that we're good at, results will come.
Of course, it's an international week. There's no Premier League football. With that goes more attention for us. We're doing well. How do you do with that?
Nothing changes on that front for us. We know that our supporters get behind us, whether we're at home and away, hearing that there'll be a really good crowd tomorrow. Bradford obviously bring a lot of support, so it's going to be a really good game, really good atmosphere, and that should buoy us on. We weren't worried that Premier League, Championship, a lot of League One's not playing, and there'll be more focus. We'll focus on what we're about, but we always know that we have that support, and really looking forward to being back at Plough Lane and a bumper crowd.
How do you go about keeping everybody happy at the moment? Because of course you've got a settled side that's doing well.
Well, winning helps. Being successful obviously helps. So that's the main thing. Even the lads that are on the fringe, lads that haven't had so many opportunities, they're still part of a winning squad, and they're all playing their part, whether it's on the training pitch, whether it's supporting their teammates, or whether it's when they come onto the pitch. So winning definitely helps with that. Obviously, there's frustrations with other people, but everyone wants to play games, and it's great that we've got a really competitive squad. The horrible side of that for me is that you have to leave people out, and that's probably the worst part of the job, especially when lads aren't necessarily deserving of it. But unfortunately, you pick 11, you pick 7 subs, and it's great that we haven't got a lot of injuries at the minute, which means that you are having to leave people out of the squad. But I think regular conversations with those lads helps. A little. Is it a word in the office upstairs? Is it a little word out on the pitch or whatever? Just making sure that they realise that there's a value to everyone in this squad, and that's why we've built the squad that we have, because we are going to need everyone. There's a million games going to have to be played this season. What with the amount of league games, with the cups that we're going to be involved in, and looking at these upcoming weeks, especially with the EFL Trophy games around the corner as well. Friendly next week, hopefully behind closed doors. There's going to be loads of opportunity now for guys to show me that I've got it wrong and they should be playing, or there's going to be injury, suspension. This is all, especially you get into the autumn winter months, this is all the things that you have to deal with as a squad. So we purposely put our squad in this position. With that means that you are leaving players out, and hopefully we don't get injuries during the season, but that's a natural byproduct of the amount of fixtures that you play and the rigs of the league. So it's just important to remind these lads, whether they're in the team, whether they're on the bench, whether they're not involved, that football changes really quickly, and you're always one game away from maybe not being in the squad. You might be in the next starting 11, so it's important to remind them of that.
But of course with Ali away as well, that means opportunities perhaps for getting in the starting lineup, and of course the bench as well.
Yeah, well, you've seen that. Ali misses out in international duty. Nick Zanev's away, so straight away there's two different spaces that need to be filled, and people will come into those, and people will get opportunities that perhaps haven't had before. So then I always say, once you have got that opportunity and the shirt's yours, over to you now. That's the responsibility now of the player. Everyone knows what's required. You know, we do a lot of work, not just on the 11. Everyone knows their roles within how we want to play as a team. So we should be able to put any 11 out, make as many changes as we want, and it should still look the same and be a Wimbledon team. So when people are given those opportunities, they have to take them. They have to take them, they have to grab it, take the shirt, and make it impossible for me to leave them out. And that's what we want to see from anyone who's given an opportunity.
Bradford City, of course, managerless, but Kevin McDonald's doing it on a caretaker basis. They've won their last two. I suppose you've got to be a bit wary of that.
Of course, yeah, there's obviously been a response since Kev's taken over. 2 positive results, really good win in the league against Swindon, and it certainly looked like they had a bit of a renewed energy about them, and certainly looked a little bit different in the way that they approached that game. So it's made the preparations for us a little bit more difficult. Obviously, you're looking at their previous 10 games, and it's a certain style, and in the last 1 or 2, you know, they've done things slightly different, and they've had positive results with it. So they'll be buoyed coming here, you know, with the following that they bring. They'll have a little spring in their step, and it's down to us to try and take that away from them.
In terms of team news, I've seen Connor Evans out there today doing a little bit more work. He thinks maybe another couple of weeks. How does the manager feel?
We're hoping that it'll be sooner now. Looking at the work that he's done today, he's moving really well and change of direction stuff, which is all the stuff that you need to do at the end stage of a hamstring rehab. So, having spoken to him after training, feels really good, feels really confident. So, we'll be looking to reintegrate him hopefully next week into the work with a group and get him back in with us as quickly as possible, because he showed in those little snippets and those little small opportunities that he had what a good player that he is and how important he's going to be for us. So yeah, the quicker we get the likes of Connor back, then the better.
Apart from a few bumps and bruises, everybody else all good? Okay.
Yeah, bumps and bruises is the name of the game, isn't it? You have to play through those ones. That's every squad up and down the country are going to have their bumps and bruises. But as far as sort of major injuries and knocks, I think we're in a pretty good place. So the boys, we're playing well. We're in a good run of form. We want to continue that, and everyone, when things are going like that, everyone's just desperate to get out there and play. So there's a real spring in the step of the lads there, buzzing to get out there tomorrow in front of our own supporters and hopefully put a show on.
Just finally, Johnny, it's going so well for other coaches within the club as well. Of course, Simon Clark, the under-18s, Kevin Foster with the women's team as well. Must be pleased for them as well. Delighted
for everyone. I think the club's in a really good position at the moment with just everything around the place. There's a real positivity, and certainly the work that goes on at the training ground. Obviously, we don't work so closely to Kev and the women's team, but obviously Clarkie, they're alongside us on the training pitch every day, and if we need players from their squad to help us out in training, they're there for us to use. And Clarkie's someone I've known for a long time, so we've got a really good working relationship. We work closely together, keep a real close eye on that group, and he's got a lot of emerging talent there, and really excited about the stuff that's going on, not only with the first team, with the women's team and with the youth team. It's great to see.
Brilliant. Thanks, Johnny.
Cheers, man.